Hello once again, Maize and Blue fans. As always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into this debacle. So Michigan played OSU the game today, and we got destroyed. Ain't nothing much else to say about we got destroyed. But that wouldn't be interesting if I just ended it there. So we're going to talk about what really happened and what OSU did and what Michigan didn't do. So the game starts, and OSU has basically did whatever they wanted in this game. They put up 60 points. Michigan, we came out with our same old game plan on offense and everything. And before I even start getting into that, shout out to OSU. They came out, kick our butts. I can't be mad at them for handling their business, showing that they actually prepare for this game all year like they say. It shows. Now, I'm gonna start with the defense. Now, Don Brown, I said this in my video before the game. We need to run zone and be prepared for the crossing routes. You can't run man. You can't do it. But we come out and we're running man, and they're running crossing routes and they're scoring. Wow. It's so profound that we got exposed last year. They did crossing routes. Against Indiana, got yards on us with crossing routes. Don Brown, what's up with the game plan, bro? Like, it's no excuse to me to not know they're gonna do that and have the game plan ready. So I've been on Facebook. I've been at work most of the day, so I had to wait to make my video and stuff. But I've been seeing, oh, it's the players, it's the players. Now, if your players get beat, if that's your starter and you playing him, he can't help that he ain't that fast. You know how fast he is. After you see him get burnt once or twice, you know I got to either get him out or I got to change up my scheme. They're not going to stop going at him. Brandon Watson got killed the whole game. I can't blame him. If he can't hold the dude, he can't hold him. What is he supposed to do? It's up to the coaches to put these players in position to be successful. He can't play that. Run zone. Like I said, Dwayne Haskins, people thought I was playing when I said he can run. He picked up crucial first downs, just like I said. He did it last year. What made people think he wasn't going to be able to run this year? I don't understand. So he ran, got some crucial first downs, tested our corners and our safeties. This ain't a regular team. It's like I said, he's going to test our players. He's going to throw the ball in the air. He's going to do what we fail to do, and that's throw down the field to receivers. We don't do that. We don't throw down field like that. But they exposed us on that. And watching this game, this game let us know the talent level. Michigan, we got to get faster players. I said it when we played Notre Dame. Bigger, faster players. Same thing for today. If we want to be an elite team, Harbaugh has to stop getting these dudes that are just all right. They're kind of big. If you're gonna get a player, if you're gonna get a corner that's 5'9", 5'10", he needs to be running a 4.3. If not, find you a dude that's 6 foot and can run a 4.4. Or maybe even a 4.3. Because OSU has got dudes all over the place that are fast and big. They're just athletes. If you look at OSU's skill position players, if you go wide out, running back, corners, those dudes look like you can switch them and play different positions. Like they look like if their corner, if they get short on wideouts, like they can take the corner and he can be a wide receiver, or vice versa. Because they're all athletes that are just strong and fast. And we have to get to that point where we have that. We don't have players We don't have players that Cannell gets hurt. David Long dropped back to safety. He's too little. You can tell he's too little. Like, we don't have those type of players. They don't look that part, and they're not all fast like that. Like, Harbaugh has to get that level of talent up. And it starts with speed. You need to start recruiting dudes that play that when it's spring, they run track. Those are the type of dudes we need. But the defensive game plan, it was garbage. Like, there was a few plays where our players just didn't make tackles, and they got, like, I can remember a screen, and he took it like 30 yards when he should have been tackled. Basically made the whole defense miss. But besides that, it was just scheme. Like, it was just scheme. You don't give up 60 points and just blame the players. You got out-coached. You got out-schemed. Your scheme was garbage. Simple as that. You had a garbage scheme. You came out like, oh, this is a different year. That same stuff isn't going to work. Yes, it is. Crossing routes beat man. It's not hard to figure out. It's just what it is. Crossing routes beat man. And if you're Urban Meyer took players that have barely played all year, but that he knew were even faster, and put them in the game because he knew we were going to run man and it's going to be a mismatch. That's coaching. That's putting players in the game that you know will be successful because of their speed. That's coaching. I get sick of just hearing fans that don't know football and want to blame the players. No, players aren't coaching themselves. Now, as far as offense goes, same stuff we've been saying all season. Just like with the defense, all season I said we need to run zone. We need to be running zones to get prepared. I'm saying it to get prepared for OSU because we can't run man all day on them. You have to run zones. You have to. It's simple as that. I don't even care about the pass rush. I'll rush three and drop out 8. Just so I know there's not going to be nowhere to pass unless we just have a busted coverage. I'm not going to rush that many dudes. I'm going to just drop back all those dudes in the coverage. Nobody's going to be open. Okay, now, with the offense, same old stuff. All season, we need to open up the pass game. We need to open up the downfield passing game. We need to open up the downfield passing game. Just said it at game after game. We need to open up the downfield passing game because we're going to play a team that's going to stop the run, and Shea and the receivers, they've never been in the position. They haven't had to. They've never had to throw it 35 times and have the game put on them. So instead of running that same old school garbage game plan against OSU that you've been running against all these bad teams, open up the passing game. Our passing game is a joke right now. It's a joke. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna read the stats right now, and it's gonna tell you what's the difference. Shea Patterson, 20 of 34, 58%, 187 yards. 20 of 34. Dwayne Haskins, 19 of 30, 63%, 318 yards, 5 TDs. What's the difference? Shea had one more completion, but we're not throwing it downfield. We're dinking and dunking. That's the difference. Instead of throwing our freaking nature wide receivers like Nico and DPJ and Tariq, we choose to throw to Zach Gentry, dude that drops touchdowns and crucial first downs all season. He's done it. He's caught some big time balls. I'm not gonna say he hasn't, but he's dropped a lot of wide open passes and he's about to drop 2 touchdowns the last 2 weeks. So why are we running plays for him? That don't make sense. But the downfield passing game, we never got it going all season, and all these coordinators, whoever's on the passing game, and I can't even get on everybody else because Harbaugh doesn't want to relinquish the reins of the offense to anybody. He wants to have control over it. That's why 2016 when we had Jed Fish and we had a top offensive game plan and game, he left because Harbaugh wouldn't give him full control of the offense. Now he's at the LA Rams as a consultant, as a offensive consultant. You see what the LA Rams are doing, putting up numbers. So I can't get on Pep Hamilton and all them because Harbaugh doesn't want to give up the play calling abilities and let somebody really coach the offense that's not in 1985. So we're down 20-something, and Harbaugh's still running up the middle and stuff. Open up the passing game. Like, okay. And this is the thing. We couldn't get a pass rush on OSU. But this is the thing about it. I'm watching some rewatching some of the game, and your Urban can coach. So he's got sets, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back. The tight end stays in and blocks. The running back stays in and blocks. So you got 7 blockers for Dwayne to have time to throw these routes on a lot of these plays. He's got 6 and 7 blockers almost every time I'm watching this, unless they were in 5 wide. But he's got enough blockers. I'm watching us, and when we know we're struggling on the offensive line, we're running plays. Gentry is blocking for a millisecond and then coming out. Then the same guys that are rushing from his side are coming through. Why is he coming out of the back? Why is he running a delayed route? Keep him in the block. Keep the running back in the block. We're trying to run plays like our offensive line is steady. First half, you do that stuff. After you see you can't pass consistently, that you need your O-line needs help, you give them help. You leave a running back in. You leave 2 tight ends. You leave the tight ends to block, not to run delayed routes. You run routes downfield. You have time. We want to throw to them. We don't want to throw to Gentry for 5 yards. Who cares? We down 20-something. Like it's just dumb football. Don Brown, you a horrible game plan. And Harbaugh, you right with him. There's no way we prepare. We don't prepare all year for this game. We don't. You can't lie and tell me we do. We don't prepare all year for OSU. I can tell that they do. I can tell that they do. It's just as simple as that. Like we're not preparing for this game all year. It's obvious. Because if we did, we would have been ready for crossing routes. We wouldn't have got destroyed off of crossing routes. Like they destroyed us off of that. The same thing from last year. Crossing routes. Running back wheel routes. The same things that killed us last year against Penn State and these teams that had fast backs. OSU did it. Because they were prepared. They knew the weaknesses, and they knew Don Brown was going to be stubborn and dumb enough to run the same stuff. Run that same defense. As far as offensively go, we running the read, just running it in. After a certain point, if it's not working, just leave it alone. And just go to a quick passing game or whatever you have to do, or either go to a max protect passing game where you got 7 blockers like OSU did. They prepared for our defensive line coming through. So when a lot of the times when we blitzed and we're just trying to rush 5 or 4, they had 6 and 7 guys back there blocking. That's the difference. They were prepared and made adjustments to what we wanted to do. We didn't make any adjustments. Harbaugh wants to run this 1975 offense. It's not going to cut it. Like just get rid of this. I'm so tired of this Michigan ball and this this and that. It's not 1995 anymore. I don't want to hear nothing about this Michigan. This is Michigan ball and all this. Oh, we don't run the spread 5 yards in a cloud of dust. Ain't nobody playing like that. It's only one team that does that, and they consistently win, and that's Alabama. And they got 5 stars as their third string. So I don't want to hear nothing about that old school Michigan ball. Open it up and run the spread like everybody else. Simple as that. Run the spread. Really run it. Don't half run it. You want to, I'm going to run the spread, but all I'm going to do is run the ball. I'm not going to throw it downfield. And if I do, I'm going to throw it to my tight end that can't catch. We got 3 stud wide receivers. I guarantee if OSU had our 3 wideouts, ain't no telling how many yards and touchdowns they'd have on the year. Each of them probably have 1,000 yards and almost 10 TDs, at least about 7-8 TDs apiece, easily. But that's just what we're doing, and it's hurting. It's gonna hurt us in the long run because these skill position dudes that want to showcase how fast they are and what they can do. Why would I come here? Why would I go to Michigan when I'm gonna have to block? When I'm a beast at wide receiver if I get the ball, but yet I'm blocking most of the time. It just don't make sense. Now, even if we had a stud back, and we got some stud backs coming in, we still need to open it up and run. I mean, open it up and throw downfield. The downfield passing game it's just laughable. It is. I've said it all season that we need to open it up and get ready for. There's going to be a game when Shea has to win the game. Shea has to be the guy to carry the offense. The 2 games that we had to do that are the 2 games we lost. Ain't that amazing? It's amazing. So I can't knock OSU for coming out and whooping our butts when we're gonna come out with garbage game plan. So I'm gonna keep going to it. If I'm OSU. Of course, I'm gonna keep running the same plays. Y'all dumb enough to keep running the same defense. Dumb enough to keep calling the same type of offense. I'm gonna kick your butt. For real. Like nobody on our team looked like they were prepared to play this game. Ambry Thomas catches a kickoff that's going out of bounds. He catches it on like the 7, 8 or the 10-yard line and goes out of bounds. Should have just let it go out of bounds. He catches it and goes out. You just gave us horrible field position because you had a fucking brain fart. Like, what was that? Zach Gentry dropped a touchdown in his hands, everything. Drops it. Zach Gentry dropped like 2 other passes. One of them, he just got scared. Closed his eyes, thought he was going to get hit. Didn't even get hit hard. Just dropping passes. But we running plays to this dude, and he's constantly dropping passes. It's just dumb. But yet, we got Eubanks who will catch pretty much anything you throw his way. Why aren't we running plays for him consistently? At a certain point, you got to sit dudes down. I'm sorry, but at a certain point, Gentry, hey, come sit down. Come sit down over here. Eubanks, you're in. Like, it's that simple. See if you got dudes that haven't played, but positions where you got backups that have been playing and have played well, put them in. We're trying to win. We're not trying to give life lessons right now. Like, I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. Like, but for the most part, I mean, what is there to say? We got our butt whooped. But the talent, it's about talent and coaching. Harbaugh, you got to hire a real offensive coordinator. You can't do it. Your game plans are horrible when we play elite teams. You get exposed every time. Don Brown, the Viper in this man defense, you need somebody else to come help you with your adjustments because you just want to run the same stuff. Now, we played Notre Dame. They were happy. They knew we couldn't score, so they were just happy to sit on the lead. OSU wants to put up 100 on us, and They bout did. 60 is close enough. They bout did. They not gonna slow down. They gonna make us. They gonna put up as many points as possible. You want to come out there with that man defense where everybody knows the weakness to it except you. Soon as the game started, they came out with crossing routes, and our dudes are looking like chasing. It was laughable the way we seeing Brandon Watson chase these dudes. But that's on the coach. You put him in that position. You put him in position to fail. Ain't no way I'm going to keep running no man when they're running crossing routes. You have to run zone. It's that simple. I don't see what's so hard about that. And some people, we ran zones. Yeah, we did run some zones. And some of the times they actually worked. But this is the thing. If you haven't got your team prepared to run zones all season, you try to run it in a big game, you're gonna have breakdowns and things messed up because you haven't prepared them to run the zones. We'll blow out a team. We'll blow out teams and we'll continue to run that same man all game instead of switching it up, getting dudes prepared, and trying to switch it up to learn different defensive schemes that we'll need. Ain't no way I want to be a defensive coordinator and run all I run is man. I run man viper and that's it. No, that's not going to work. It hasn't worked the last 3 years. Like, let's just be real. But playmakers. This is my last point. Playmakers. I ain't see any. I said in my video before the game, honestly, I thought we would have been well prepared and coached. I said the coaches put us in position. They didn't. I'm not going to get on the players like that. But where are the playmakers? Players like Rashawn Gary. You rushing the passer. You defensive scheme don't really matter for you. Because your job is to stop the run and rush the passer. Did he play? Did Rashawn play? I don't know. Did y'all see him? He's top 5 pick. Ain't that what people want to say? Oh, let me guess. He got double and triple teamed. Give me a break. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Ain't no way Nick Bosa ain't showing up for that game. It's just difference. It's just difference. Playmakers and real ballers. It's a difference. You see it on the field. We make excuses for our players. Defensive line players, I mean, like, the only dude on the D-line that I'll give somewhat a pass is Chase, because he probably shouldn't have played anyway. I bet he's probably seriously hurt. He wasn't out there that much anyway. But the rest of the dudes, they just didn't get it done on the D-line. Like, they didn't get it. But like I said, the OSU prepared for the D-line. 6 and 7 dudes in blocking. Then when they didn't, when it was a running lane, Dwayne took it. So it ain't much to say. We got out-coached, outperformed, all of the above. Special teams, they blocked the punt. All of the above. We just got out-coached, out-blocked. All everything. Now, I would say Harbaugh has to stop going for 2 early. That's a dumb mistake. You chasing points. But it didn't matter. So there ain't no point in bringing that up. But I ain't got much to say. I mean, I done talked for about 20 minutes about this game. It's just, we're not preparing all year for this game, and we don't take it as serious as we should, because we should be preparing all year for this game. And the level of athlete has to go up. Like, Harbaugh has to get better athletes, faster athletes. You have to get it done. Hopefully some of these young dudes on the bench are faster. I'm talking about world-class speed. I'm talking about 4.3s, 4.4s. Like, we have to get the speed level up. And That could mean a bunch of things though. If you want to get your speed level up on as a defense, and you can't get the players that are just naturally that fast, there's some things you can do. On offense, you just got to get those dudes or bring them over from the defense. But on defense, if you got a safety and he's not that fast, you move him down a linebacker. You got a corner that's somewhat fast, move him to safety. And so on and so on. So you bring a different level of speed to that position. So you take a safety that's faster than most linebackers, but he's slow for a safety, you move him down a linebacker. That's how you create that extra speed. Only ones you really can't do that with is corner. But you got a slower corner, but he's still faster than most safeties, put him at safety. Then same thing with that. You got a defensive line, you got a linebacker that's not too fast as a linebacker, but he's still faster than most DNs. You move him down to DN. We're going to have to do something. Because that speed level and that top-ranked defense, that don't mean nothing going into the game. You see what the true talent is when we play a team like Notre Dame from this year and OSU. You see what the true talent is. Because a lot of the teams we played in the Penn State, Wisconsin, those are bad teams. Michigan State, that's a bad team. So you didn't really get to see the true test. And we were a top defense last year. So until we do it against these top teams, that top defensive ranking don't mean much to me. Because Don Brown and that scheme gets exposed in too many big games for me to be confident in it. Just being honest. But that's all I got for today. I mean, it is what it is. So, as always, like, share, subscribe. Go Blue.